What's up, everybody? It's time for the Calibria Crystal Guardians video. Today, we're going to talk about the Veramos fusion. I'm just kidding. I had to say it. Today, we're going to craft the Necromancer. I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to craft the Necromancer. Not too many tips and tricks, but maybe a couple things that you didn't know, didn't think of. I know a lot of people have already crafted the Necromancer, and they're like, Bagel, I'm already done with that part. I was initially not going to craft him. That's why I didn't do it yet. That's why I didn't do it sooner, but I was like, you know what, after a while I was like, let me craft the Necromancer because a lot of other people are going to want to build him for dungeon teams, so this way I can at least stick him into dungeon teams. This way it's like a thing that is easily replicatable by people that are watching it from like, oh, use this team, use the Necromancer. Like, okay, I can just craft that Necromancer and use that instead of building this other thing that I don't have, right? So anyway, let's get it started. Let's talk about some tips on how to, this is the right one, right? Yeah. Okay, so first things first, actually, let's show the 3 4-stars here that you can craft. And then the last one, no, not this one. These are fairly easy, like for the most part, to craft them. They are, well, the Hydra's not a drop. The Gargoyle is a drop. The Rock Golem's a drop from like adventure mode. That's not a drop. This is a drop, I believe. That's a drop. This is a drop. The Orc Warrior. He looks really different in like when you actually get him versus. So I think I would say it's about like 50% of these are like drops from the adventure mode, like the 3 stars, and then you just awaken them. There's actually an easier way to do it than that. But the big thing that a lot of people are having trouble with is this Voodoo Walker. So this is it's equivalent to a secret dungeon kind of thing, is where you get him. That's like the most common way to get him. So if you go to Friends Scout, it will give you access to any dungeons your friends have opened. Let's take a look at the Friends Scout region of the thing. Friends here, go to Scout here, and then all these dungeons that you open or that your friends have opened will be shown here. You can also go to here and you can see if anyone has opened something over here, which is usually Island Stoned. Usually doesn't happen too often, I've noticed. There's not a whole lot of secret dungeons opening. But, well, I still call them secret dungeons, of course, I'm sorry. I was hoping we would find one, but you can actually, if you see someone that's opened something, you can click on their name and you can request them, and if they have their friend request set to auto-accept, you can just get it auto-accepted there. So keep on the lookout, keep your eyes peeled for the dungeons to open there for the pieces. What's the next thing that I wanted? Yeah, so it gives you access to any dungeons your friends have opened. Another one, which people have been using, you can enter and exit. Can I make these bigger? I mean, I know I can, so I don't know what I was asking. You can enter one and exit immediately and get at least 1 chip, even if you can't actually run the dungeon. I don't really like to do. I actually didn't even do the dungeon myself. I just got lucky and I summoned. He was like one of my first. I had like 2 LDs, and then that one of them was him. So I got lucky. But some people are doing this, so I just want to make it known to you guys if you choose to use this strategy. If you just enter the dungeon and leave the dungeon immediately, you can just get 1 chip and just keep doing that, even if your units aren't strong enough to really run the dungeon. So that is an option if you would like to do that. If you're like, I just don't care, let me just do it. Let me just do this and leave the dungeon immediately. So do you have that? Okay, so also, when you craft this, let's take a look at this. Okay, you go over here, you go to craft. All of these take a whole lot of materials. They take a whole lot of marks to ascend them, to awaken them, etc., right? To do every single one of these units. You do have the option, well, not the option, but you do have the growth plan that gives you a lot of various materials, various marks. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. These are from all the different levels of the growth plan. Like the higher levels will give you higher level marks, but you get some of those from there. So keep in mind that you may have some of these waiting for you in the growth plan that you can accept. And well, I was gonna say get them from your inbox too, but that's only if you get the double, right? That's only if you get the double. What's the next one? What's the next tippy trick? Gives you tons of cats to ascend them, right? To level things up. But you knew that. Nothing too crazy. Last one, though. Last one. Instead of fusing, I wish I made these bigger ahead of time. Instead of fusing 4 stars, you can simply exchange them. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, when I say you can just exchange 4 stars, let me, you can also do the same thing with 3 stars if you are interested. So, maybe some people know about this, maybe some people don't know about this. I happen to have an extra Voodoo Walker. We can potentially, you know what, let me go into storage. Let me go, we'll take one of these out. Big, is that more than 5s? Shh. Is that more than 5s, Mega? I know I'm a terrible person. Where am I going to? I'm going to convert. Okay. So this is, convert is something that you can use if you have a ton of 4 stars. You're like, I don't want to use this. I don't want to build this. I would say at least keep one of every 4 star that you have. But if there's something that you may want to convert, you're like, you know what? I got a 4 star. I may want to re-roll this. Because you can re-roll things, right? In this game. It's crazy. But you can re-roll them. You get these from summoning and from some other things here and there. These pieces, I can't click on them. I was going to click on them to show you what they are. But you can use 30 and you can convert it to another unit. So we can do that. Boom, boom. And we can save that. Boom, boom, right there. We have a centaur. So you can re-roll if you want to, like, not even fuse these 3 stars to get these. Like, we didn't get the centaur. I know they're similar looking, but we need the Minotaur Chief, right? If we wanted to keep re-rolling, if we had, like, a couple of them, we were like, you know, maybe I'll re-roll a little bit, see if I maybe get an Ogre, see if I maybe get a Minotaur. If you don't want to, it's just another option, right? It's just another option for you guys to have at your disposal. Maybe you want to re-roll for something else as well, and you're like, oh, you know what? I got a Ogre from that. GG. But it gives you, it's just less steps if you choose to go that direction. It's less steps to do that. You can also re-roll if you happen to summon like 5, 6, 7 LDs, and you're like, I got 4 in the same unit. What the hell? You know, you can re-roll these LD3s too. So we can go to convert. I don't even remember which LD3s I have. But you can convert LDs, or you can convert 3, 4, 5 stars, whatever you want. And you can just convert it to a different unit. Is that the mermaid? Yeah, that is the mermaid. We can just convert her again then. I have a mermaid too. See, it's that easy. If you have 3 extra mermaids, you can easily get a Voodoo Walker instantly, just like that. So anyway, I just want to give you guys those tips and tricks. Was there another one? I think there might have been another one. Anyway, those are just some tips and tricks on things that you may want to consider. It may not be super optimal to convert 4 stars and 3 stars, but I'm just giving you guys options for it too, and also kind of like a don't forget about those the growth plan, because you can get some nice things to make your life a little bit easier from the growth plan. So let's craft this this bad boy. Boom, 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 and last one, boom. Very nice. And as far as runes for him, I would say just go fast and tanky. Because you want him to get as many turns as possible at different parts of the battles for, like, PvP dungeons. I'm sorry, PvP dungeons. PvE dungeons. With this passive, I don't want to keep making references to Summoner's War, but if you've played Summoner's War, you know Veramos. It's very Veramossy. This is kind of different, though. This will reduce all enemies' max HP. This is kind of like, reduces enemies' max HP as part of a passive. And this is kind of like a 2-shot thing. So if you do some damage to an enemy, you can finish them off with Undead Control. Because if they're like half done damage, yeah, it goes up. 80% of targets locks DP. So it, if you do like half damage to an enemy, you can finish them off with this Undead Control. And it doesn't work against bosses, though. It would be nice if it worked against bosses. Wait, is it bugged and works against bosses? I don't know. I'll have to test it out. But anyway, he just fast and tanky, and have him for the Immortal Aura, which reduces the. This is nice for dungeons, and then you can use these as well. I mean, well, obviously you can use these, and then you can use these as well. But he's just a nice. He's a nice PvE dungeon unit. You can use these skills. Tell me more, Vega. You're gonna tell us strategy. Use the skills. Oh, really? Okay, that's a good strategy. Oh my god, I need more sleep. Alright, guys. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.